Hello everyone, I'm Juggerai. Welcome to my Minecraft Bedrock Survival Let's Play series. Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day. As 118 gets closer, I realize that it's becoming more and more urgent that we get some 117 farms up and going. We don't have any in this world yet. So we're going to change that today with a glow squid farm, so we can get some glow sacks, and a dripstone farm, so we can get more dripstone. This will just be some of the 117 farms that are to come in this world, but that's the plan for today. Let's go ahead and get started. So I have another big thing that I want you to see. These trees. Between episodes, a wandering trader came by and he had a jungle sapling. Yeah, it was 5 emeralds, but since we basically have an emerald farm, I got it. And I've been growing the trees and collecting the wood, putting it in the storage building. So we have all the jungle wood we could want. We still need a jungle though, because we still don't have bamboo. But now we could actually make a cocoa bean farm, which would be great. And we'll do that soon. But for now, over here in this area behind me, we have torches lined up in a very specific way. We have two 8x8 areas, and in the middle here we have a section that comes down 1x8, I guess. So basically we are going to funnel everything from that side over toward the middle area, and the same with the other side to the middle area. So basically axolotls and glow squids spawn in the same conditions. Therefore the axolotls will kill the glow squids. They will force the ink sacs will rise up. They will be moved over to the middle, and I wanted to do a water stream there, but something's been different about the way the water works since I don't know, for a little bit now. So we're gonna have to use a hopper collection all the way across, which would be okay. But we're gonna need dirt for this, and everything has to be stone. As far as the floor goes and the walls, it has to be stone. And then we're going to use tinted glass for the top, so we can see in at the glow squid. And then a water bucket, our 9 hoppers, or 8 hoppers, and a chest, 2 chests to collect our goodies. So I'm going to start digging this all out. The middle area doesn't have to go down. That's actually going to be a solid wall across the middle where the hopper collection is going to be. And we'll kind of figure out where the hoppers need to go in terms of the water to collect everything. Got tripped up on the vines there. But yeah, I'm going to get this all dug out, and then I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about, so you have a better idea of what's going on with the farm. Alright, so here you can see I've actually dug the center out too, and just took the whole thing, and we'll put the center wall back. But this is all stone. The floor has to be stone, everything. Now we do have grass up at the top there, but that's where our tinted glass is going to be, so that's not going to affect the spawning at all. Plus it's outside of the radius. And what we want is an air gap between where the glow squid, between the water levels and the tinted glass. So we're actually going to bring this wall up 6, and then we're going to get water in here, flowing water, and we're going to use kelp to make it a solid water source. Alright, so this is what the dirt is for. We're going to make a temporary floor here. This is what's going to allow the water to flow. And we're only going to bring the kelp up a layer under this. That way, you know, it's not all water sources. But the reason I'm using dirt here is because it'll break very easily. You can use whatever you want. I just chose dirt, like I said. Alright, once you... I'm a little confused about how the grass got in here. I didn't use grass blocks. But once you got your water, or your dirt floor all in, let's get that ladder out of the way, just so you can see how the water is going to interact. We can go ahead and get our hopper and our chest out this end here. That's where it's going to be. So we want our hopper to go right here. We'll go ahead and place it in. Actually, I didn't have to crouch because it's a dirt block. And the other side of the hopper is where our chest will be. And we'll make a little room back there. Probably go ahead and just kind of to blend it all in, we'll go ahead and make it all stone so that it looks, you know, just like the rest of the farm. No need in getting too fancy out here. And we'll just bring the tinted glass across the top here as well. And where did I put the chest? Oh, I never grabbed them. Okay. So let's get our collection chest in here. And I'll go ahead and get this all situated. And then we'll get the water going. Alright, so put your first bucket of water in the corner. And as you can see, it's going to come right here to the edge, just like we want it to. Then if you skip a block past the water source, you can take out the middle every time. So leave a block between your water sources and it makes an infinite water source. Go ahead and get both buckets filled. Fill up that corner. Fill this bucket up again. And do the other side. Alright, we'll see how this works, but I think in order for the items to collect in the hoppers, we may have to take this middle wall down some. But after you got all that, you can take out this platform, and then we'll be ready to get the kelp in to make it water sources. I'm going to show you why we couldn't use a water stream in the middle here. Let's put that right there. Oops. Okay, so, well, that was a bad example. Let's say if we were to bring this down, okay, that would be where it would be at anyways. And we put our water source right here, right? It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't run at all. And I'm not sure why it doesn't flow forward. I'm really not sure at all, but that's why we're going to have to run a line of hoppers through here into this hopper. Alright, I didn't have the kelp on me, so we're going to go ahead and get the hoppers in, and then we'll do the kelp. So, we're going to use tinted glass all the way across here. The tinted glass is such a great addition. It'll keep the light out, so that it's complete darkness down there, which is a requirement for the glow squid and the axolotls to spawn. And at the same time, we'll be able to see the farm in action, which is awesome. Alright, so basically, if we make every other block a water source, just like this right here, and we take the kelp up one level below the water source up top, or where the water is up top, we won't affect our water flow up there, but in between each of these groups of water sources that we're making, will make the water source, will make the water between it water sources as well. Well, the same concept as what we do with the buckets. So here's what I'm talking about. Oh, wait a minute. You can plant that on stone? I never knew that. Is that new? Okay, so, and I keep planting it in my face. So this is what I'm talking about. So these are going to be water sources right along here where this kelp is. The kelp is going to make that water all water sources. We want to stay one underneath the water level up top. So that's 5 pieces of kelp up. We can now break that. That corner is water sources, right? And we need to get some air. I'm probably going to end up making some water breathing potions since we don't have prismarine to use our Heart of Seas for conduits. But when I make this a water source beside it, now the blocks between this water source here and the water source we already made is now a water source right there. And that'll work all the way across this farm. I'm going to do it to both sides and we'll continue on. I think the hoppers are actually in the right spot, but just to make sure that we don't have any problems, we're going to lower all this line of hoppers in that double chest down there down 1 block. That way we know that okay, so this is become water sources right here. But we're going to move it down 1 block. That way we know that all of our ink sacs are going to get picked up and none of them are going to get caught up beside the hopper. We want them all to come in over the top of the hopper. Alright, so we got an upside down staircase. We need to get it so that, you know, our chest isn't all waterlogged and light's not escaping into the farm. Mainly to keep the light out. And any ink sacs we get will go right in there. And I think things should be spawning in anytime, actually. Kind of surprised they aren't already. But we got another farm that we can get to work on. And we'll come back over here and check on the rates and see how it's doing. So I've done a little bit of terraforming over here. This is right where we're going to put our Dripstone farm. Remember, we're trying to keep all of our farms with like these simple vibes over here in this area. Just, you know, starter base, early vibes kind of feel. And for the design we're doing, you need 3 minecart with hoppers, 3 regular hoppers, 6 chests for collection, 4 observers, 6 pistons, some redstone. I just grabbed a stack of glass. You probably only need like 6 pieces, 9 pieces. Should be 3 pointed dripstones. I only have 2, and 3 dripstone blocks. Again, I only have 2 for some reason. And I'm not sure why I have the stone cutter, but of course we're keeping with our oak theme. And smooth stone for our redstone conductant blocks. And alright, so we want to leave room for the dripstone to grow on the bottom. And then we need a space for the dripstone to grow from the top. So that's going to bring it up 1 more. And then we are going to have a space where our dripstone are, which is where we're standing. So we're going to need to come up 1 more, right? And then we can go ahead and put down our dripstone blocks. Just like this. Not like that. Just like this. And then we're going to build I didn't bring my oak planks with me. We'll build a wall up around it. Make it where all 3 of them are water sources. And then these dripstones will be able to grow. So once you have something like this, oh my goodness, I only have 1 water bucket with me. You can put water at each end. The middle area will then become a water source itself, and that will make all 3 of them water sources. So the next thing we can do is, this is going to be the back, so we can go ahead and block that off because nothing's going to go there. And these things are going to grow on the floor, right? So actually, you know what, we don't need these temporary blocks. I have no idea what I was just thinking. So we're going to put our observers in, which are over here in my shulker box. We're going to have 2 observers on each end, and we're just going to place them facing in toward the dripstone. So if it grows underneath on the ground, that observer will see it. If it grows down farther from the top, this observer will see it. And they're going to power pistons that are going to farm this thing for us. And we're going to do the same thing with observers on the other side. Go ahead and get our oak in there. And we can put our observers at this other end here. Once your observers are in, you can kind of start closing off the farm a little bit. You can use any blocks you want here. I'm just using oak because it goes with the theme of this base. I wanted to challenge myself with trying to keep things as simple and not as simple as possible while looking decent, I guess. Like it was done, like before building was really much of a thing kind of vibe, as far as the farms go. So that's kind of what we got going on. And we get our little areas dug out. We can get our chests and our hoppers. Now, our chests are going to go, here. And, whoops. And then our hoppers are going to come in to this side, which we're going to have to get these planks out of the way. I don't know why I threw those down when we weren't ready for them. We can put our hoppers into our chest. And then our hopper minecarts are actually going to go on top of this. And the reason I'm using hopper minecarts instead of just having one go back and forth is because hopper minecarts, chest minecarts have been an issue with despawning for a little while now. And if one despawns, we can still get others from this farm. So we can pull our rails out. And like I said, by using the minecarts with hoppers, if one despawns, we still have 2 more that can collect, at least until all 3 of them end up despawning. And I've tried naming them. I've done all kinds of things. Nothing I can seem to do fixes the issue. So it just kind of is what it is. And, this is probably crazy because they're going to end up all 3. I probably didn't need to do that with the rails because as soon as I put in that middle rail, they're going to all line up together anyways. I was trying to keep them from moving. But I guess if they're butting into each other, they'd still hold in place. Once you get your minecarts in place, and as long as the rails are facing into the dirt blocks and not out toward the chest, they're not going to go anywhere. But we're going to use some upside down staircases here against them to hold them back so that they can never come forward anyways. And that's kind of how we're going to close off this little area. Let's get our crafting table out. And staircases, yes. And we'll go ahead and get these in down here. And I think as far as the collection area goes, we'll put some oak trap doors right here, just like we did for the bee farm. And that should be good. And we can get our glass in the front here also. Alright, so we can go ahead and start closing this off in a minute. as much as we can. But we need to get our smooth stone blocks in for our redstone. The redstone wiring on this thing is going to be so simple. But before we do any of that, we have to get our pistons in place. And our piston setup is super easy. Go to the back, lay your 3 pistons to get your bottom ones, lay your 3 pistons to get your top ones, piston placement done. Now it's just a matter of running the redstone to it, and that's it. Just get your redstone blocks. If I lay it on smooth stone, I'm never going to see smooth stone anywhere unless I put it there. So I'll know if I see smooth stone from underneath there for any reason ever. If I have smooth stone above me, don't break it. There's redstone on it, or it's a floor to my base or something. It's something that I do not want broke. So that's why the smooth stone. And really, it's just a little bit of redstone dust across there. You can see it going right to the hoppers, or not the hoppers, but the pistons. So as soon as that observer puts out a signal, it's going to fire all these pistons. So technically, if a piece of dripstone was to grow on our oak floor at the bottom, if we were to get a stalactite, then or stalagmite, whichever one it is, the observer would see it if it's on one of the 2 outside blocks, and then it would run right into place into our minecart hoppers. So for the top one here, because we can't put a block there, we're going to have to do it kind of like this right here, and we're going to actually, I'm going to be short 1 piece of smooth stone, so I'll get that and we'll finish wiring that up in just a moment. But wiring the top up is really simple. The observer is going to put out a redstone signal to that block, which is going to power that redstone dust that we're going to put on it right there, and it's going to run right across the top of these pistons, which are going to make them fire. It's that simple. Now we got our other piece of smooth stone. Go ahead and get our last redstone dust on there. You could obviously use any building blocks you want to encase this thing. Again, the oak is just the vibes that we're going for in this world, in this base area. Right for, it's kind of what we got going on. It's the theme, so that's why we have that. But when you put in your glass, and this is very important, when you put your glass in, please make sure you use a glass block, not the panes. Otherwise, the dripstone could come out too far, and as slow as it grows, if it comes out too far and your minecart or the hopper doesn't pick it up and it gets wasted, you're going to see really bad rates. So to eliminate that, just use solid glass blocks, and it has nowhere to go but straight down, and your minecart with hopper will pick it up no problem. Alright, let's get our oak trap doors in place right here, and then I could probably honestly just open the middle one and reach all the chests, but we have one for each chest. You can see they're empty. So next time we come check this thing, and dripstone grows slow, so it's going to be a while. I'm going to go ahead and start fleshing this thing out a little bit and see what we can kind of come up with. I'm thinking try to give it similar to the same vibe as over at the pumpkin farm. That's about the best I can do to blend it in with everything here. It's not really the way I would do it in any of my other worlds, but again, for the sake of what we have going on here in this area, in this world, I think it's gonna that would be the best way to go and have it look nice. Definitely going to make use of the staircases to give it some depth so it's not quite so bulky. That's what we did with the pumpkin farm. And I've got some staircase action going on the front over here too. The back's going to be a little different, but now we can put in some, I think some glowstone lights, and we'll be good. What about there? Let's put them up one and see how that looks. So here are our finishing touches. I haven't seen this thing do anything yet, by the way. And I think if it looks alright, maybe do a little more terraforming around here and get that looking a little more like it's part of the build. It's bulky and it's different, but I think it looks alright and it serves its purpose. It definitely fits in with the vibe we got going on here. The observers, we can't really hide those. It's a little high tech for this area, but you know, it's fine. I think we're going to be happy with how this does, so now we just got to get the path in. Alright, the path is complete. It goes right on up and ties right into our other paths here. Now we can go check on our glow ink farm and see how it's going. And looking down here, I don't see anything. Like, I should be able to see the glow squid, but oh, that tree's gonna drive me crazy until I cut it down. Let's check our chest. Nothing. I had no problems with this design in my other world. I'm gonna have to see what's going on. I realized what the problem is. Glow squid spawn below level 63. We are on level 84 right here, and we're going down 6, so that puts us at 79. So we are way above glow squid range. So what we got to do is we have to dig all the way down to 58 should be good. That'll give us enough area to play with. So I'm going to dig all this out and then plant kelp up to level 78 because we need to make it water sources all the way up to this point also. And then that way when the glow, same as before, all stone on the walls, all stone on the floor, all water sources. That way that when the axolotls kill the glow squids, the glow ink sacks raise up to the top and get funneled down into our hoppers. I wanted to show you guys a more efficient way to do the kelp than I was before. If you do every row but skip like every other one, then each one's going to offset, and then you're going to end up with water sources in all spots. So it's just a matter of bringing these up to level 78. So 20 pieces of kelp and high, and then it's a water source all the way to where we already have our water sources. As you can see by the floating kelp, it is getting collected into our hoppers. I can go show you where they're all going into the chest. I really wanted you guys to be able to see some glow squid spawning in. It's not working out. I'm not exactly sure why. We fixed the problem. The only thing I can figure is, even though I left the area and came back to clear out the mob cap and everything, is maybe there are some dark underwater areas where glow squids are spawning below us. And so while I'm editing this, I'm gonna build an build up 128 blocks from the bottom of that, and gonna AFK there while I'm editing, and I'll see if that fixes it. If not, we'll go over in a future video how to take care of it. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a big thumbs up, share it with your friends. If you haven't already, subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss out on future videos. And I want to thank you all. Big shout out to all of my subscribers, and I'll see you in the next video.